Hey guys, Bradley here from AnimeSpaceship, and today we have an episode review for Tokyo Ghoul Re episode 8. Today was the okay episode, guys, so let's get right into it. We start off with Rosawald talking to Miromo. He tells him that Master Shu is eating indiscriminately and has no control over his Kagune. Miromo is Master Shu's dad. And after that, he tells him that if things keep going like this, that eventually he will fall apart. Then Miromo just looks at him, walks to the window, and just screams at the top of his lungs. This is, ah! And then he tells Rosawald that that's his way of coping, because he doesn't know another way to handle with his sadness or sorrow. After that, we see Rosawald's backstory on how he met Master Shu when he was young. In this backstory, we see Rosawald just standing, against the wall, just crying, and then Master Shu. Why do I keep calling Master Shu? Shu walks up to him and tells him that he's part of the family. He doesn't need to be afraid of anything. He just needs to live bountifully and as one, as the whole family. That's what it takes to be a part of the Tsukiyama family. But right before he tells him that, he walks up to a field of roses, beautiful roses, so beautiful in fact that they are actually sparkling. And he grabs him. I think there's some German species of roses. He grabs him and tells him, like, you're just like this rose. You need to live bountifully and beautifully. And what I love about the scene, because it symbolizes to us, it shows us how important Master Shu is to Rosawald. I think it's a good scene. And what they do even better is what they do next. They cut the scene immediately to Master Shu screaming in agony and unable to control his Kagune, where Rosawald tells him, "I'm sorry for using my Kagune," and then uses his Kagune to like trap Master Shu or hold him down for the servants of the Tsukiyama family to use the inhibitor to calm him down. After that, we see probably a couple hours have passed, and we just see Master Shu laying on the bed as bone. What I mean by bone is it looks like he hasn't eaten in 3 months. He's all skinny, and he's talking to him and he tells him, "I'm sorry for you to see me like this. Keep helping the family." And then Rosawald just cries, and then we see after that he runs into the forest crying and just keeps slamming his head against the wall, screaming, "Hase, Hase, 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 Hase." And then we see this little kid walk up to him, and then they cut into the intro. I don't know. I don't know what. I didn't like that much. In this, usually they put a short scene before the intro. I don't know. It was already 4 minutes in before the intro started, and it just cut the action for me. I know what they're trying to do, but I just didn't like it. That was not a good thing, my opinion. After that, we see we go to this Aogiri meeting, where the leader just talking to the members, and one of the members is upset. It's upset because, of course, you can obviously see that he was he liked. I'm not saying in love sexually, it's just excuse me, like a family member. He kind of liked Hinami, and the team leader, not the team leader, the group leader is I don't care. Y'all just want the disposable pawns. Stray dogs need to act like stray dogs, and he's just upset about that. Right after that, we see this scene with Shirazu just having a nightmare over the Nutcracker. Because if I remember correctly, right before he killed or hit the finishing blow into the Nutcracker's abdomen, she told him, "I want to be pretty." And I guess that's stuck into his head because he can't forget it. He has nightmares about it, and when they remove the Kagune from her, for investors, they remove the Kagune from the Ghoul so they can use them as weapons. Yeah, he sees the case where the Nutcracker's Kagune in it, and he goes for it, and he just has this mental breakdown because I think he's still he has shock or something about the kill. In this episode, we also see Heise talking to Hinami, and Hinami calling him brother, and Heise feeling shocked because of course he remembers that in his head Kaneki told him, you are I and I are you. But he still feels confused because he doesn't know why he cares for her or is taking her side, and he thinks to himself, am I trying to save her? And then we cut to another scene where all investigators are in a room and they are discussing about their Rose group and how to handle with them, because they're very they say that they are very skilled ghouls and that they leave no traces. And we see they brought in a special investigator, the S1 group, to help along with this case. After the briefing or the meeting, the Queen Squad is just walking away, and this girl from the S1, the senior investigator from the S1 group, Harui Ihei. And the way they introduce this character is like she has amazing talent, which later they show us, which is correct me. I mean, what am I talking about? Which later they go to another scene where they actually caught a few of the Rose group, because they said even though they don't leave traces, we can still predict where they're gonna attack next. And we see her taking on 3 ghouls by herself, just like waving her sword around. She has amazing speed, good flexibility. She's a great fighter overall. And she also tells us that she's around the same age as the Queen Squad members. And of course, I know people say like, why do you hate on Uri? But Uri is such an idiot. While she's talking, the only thing Uri can think of is like, this girl, this dim-witted girl, was on the front fields when they were fighting the owl. Uri's just such a buzzkill sometimes. After that scene, we see Heisei walking into this place. This the 2 mask making place. He sees a guy sitting in the chair just drawing away, and Heisei goes up to him and gives him this mask, the mask that Kaneki previously wore, and we know that he made it for Kaneki. And he tells him that this has been delivered on my address, and he tells him, "Whoa, I didn't know I sent the wrong address." And then they keep talking for a while, and then Heisei's like, "Hey, you can have it." But then the stranger tells him, "Nah, I'm good. You can keep it. It's destiny." But Heisei asks him, "Why are your eyes black?" And he explains to him that he uses ink to put in his capsula, and just to make it black. Oh, that's dangerous. Yeah, I love this scene. Cause at first when I was watching, I'm like, maybe this will jog Heisei's memory, because meeting him, the one who made the mask, having the mask. But hey, nothing happened. But good scene overall. Then we proceed to Roosevelt again. Around noon probably, this girl named Chihori gave Roosevelt this folder and told him that he should give it to Master Shu, but respect his wishes or help him do anything he wants, and promise me that you will respect his wishes. Yeah, that's what she said. I forgot to mention, in this episode, S1 also captured a few members from the Rose Squad, and they are in the infirmary from Rose. They're at their base, and there we see Roosevelt just talking to the girl that escaped. And that just jogs his memory that the girl, Chiuri, gave her this folder. So he decides to show it to Master Shu. And it's a picture of Heisei. And you can just see Master Shu just crying on the piece of paper and saying, "Roosevelt, this is heartbreaking." And so the episode ends. Overall, it was a good episode. It wasn't one of the best episodes. It was just an average episode. My problem with this episode is that they tried to say too much with too little time. They tried to do too much, explain too much. They explained Roosevelt, why he likes Shu, or he's loyal towards him. They tried to explain Hinami's connection. They introduced Hinami's connection with Heisei and how she doesn't know how to feel or act towards her. I'd expect the Aogiri member feelings towards Hinami and how he cares about her. They did so much this episode, and it's like, I don't know, I watched it, but I don't feel like it was a full episode. It was, but I feel like there's something missing. They brought the S1 squad. They didn't develop them. They even had this scene where they're just eating bread at a bread place just to add them into the episode. Filler. Yep, Yeah, those were basically my problems with that. It's not like I don't like the idea of that. It's just I want if they introduce something that's not like a DJ. If they introduce something, I want them to explain it a little bit before moving on to the next scene, the next problem, next problem. Even Shirasu's problem, yeah, Shirasu's problem with the Nutcracker. They explain so many problems. Hey, I hope they explain all of them, not explain, solve them problems like in the next few episodes. Overall, I gotta give this episode a 6 out of 10. It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't that good either. I love what they did with the first scene, but they should have. I didn't like it that they put it before the intro. I think the intro just cut it out and just cut the moment for me. Well, guys, remember to. Oh, no. Before I forget, this episode is late because mostly I'm in exams. Yep, I'm a student and I got exams, so I'd like to apologize for my tardiness in this video. And my co-leader from this channel also made the video, but his file got corrupt, so I guess it was destiny that you guys get the episode whenever date you're gonna get it. Yeah. Yep. Well, guys, remember to like, share, and comment. This was Bradley from AnimeSpaceship. Peace.